All right. Hey, Garrett, start us off.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Ganglers podcast.
Yeah!
We're
Very
glad you
excited.
could join us today.
Yeah!
Today we have special guest Matthew's car.
Yeah. You can here's the little thing between the front seats.
All right.
That's what I have at my arm's reach.
I can't wait till you read a sponsor off, starting with that.
That's the
Yeah,
only
will that be
music
our
I have
sponsor sound?
available. The sponsor segment will be a little less musical than last time. And I'm pretty sure last time one of them was just me dropping a tambourine on the ground.
Oh, that was only a part of it, but yeah.
That's true. All right.
How we
Welcome,
doing? Great.
Not everybody at once. So good.
Yeah,
So-
day's been a little bit rough, but we're dealing with it.
We're dealing.
Yeah, we're dealing.
We're dealing.
I'm gonna pass by there on my way back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
To undisclosed location, because I'm not gonna dox myself.
I mean they already have your social security number, so
Oh
can't
my
give too
God.
much more away.
Matthew, is anybody in the car with you?
Hey, all you people in the car with me? What's up, everybody? No, it's just me.
For a second, I was actually, I believed you there.
Yeah,
Nah,
they just...
just me and all of you now.
Wow.
Oh, you wonderful
What a family
Gangler
outing.
listeners.
We call it a Gangler field trip.
Wow.
Except only one of us is on the field trip and the rest of us are not in the car.
But one
Hey.
person's making it all happen. I'd like to give my first Ganglers podcast point to Matthew's car.
All right.
No, I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
I want points.
Add them to the board. Matthew's car. 1.
How does my car have more points than
It's
I
done.
think it's the charisma.
got a real va-va-voom, if you know what I'm saying.
That was your perfect opportunity to say va va vroom and you ruined it.
I thought that was implied.
-1.
No!
No, we're just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So, gang, on to our first topic.
What's the
Pirate.
first topic?
Pirating videos and movies.
Ooh.
Okay.
You'd think it'd be a dead art at this point, but just like I was
You wouldn't
about to
steal a
do
purse. You wouldn't
But
steal a car.
You're right.
I did steal a car.
I just recently found posted like the new My Hero Academia movie, which I hear was super good. Someone just filmed the whole thing and posted it on YouTube, which I'm kind of surprised that hasn't died yet. But
Is it a
I saw
good video?
I mean, they really did their best. It's like out of that quality, like it's pretty good. And I almost finished the whole thing before I had to come on here.
I mean, I feel you, Mr. Jones. Back in last year, actually, that's how I watched the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Really?
Yeah, there's just
I
a version on YouTube, and it was amazing.
I kind of feel awful for like partaking in that. So I don't like them at all. I don't give them any sort of like positive, which is careful as well, because I'm just taking. Yeah, I'm taking appreciating it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna encourage.
I didn't care.
You're
because
encouraging
none
it
of
by
the
watching
theaters-
it.
Oh, sorry, Garrett.
I think you're encouraging it by watching it.
Oh, for sure, but like, I want to.
Right.
But
No, it's okay. I pirated Endgame on YouTube when it first came out because I just don't like movie theaters.
Ooh, was it the one with the Mandarin subtitles?
Yes, indeed.
That's how my roommate watched it.
Yep.
Ryan has also experienced in Chinese.
Why pay big theater when I can watch it from my bedroom?
I mean, you make a good point.
But have any? Go ahead.
I've the only thing I can remember that I've pirated as like a full movie was the movie Primer, which is it's like a sci-fi time travel-y kind of movie. I've seen it on YouTube, I think 3 times when I should have been doing homework.
Primer, I hardly know her.
And it's got subtitles that I don't think anyone in the comments knows the language of, and so they just keep saying, "I can't believe this one doesn't have Egyptian hieroglyphics. I can't believe this one isn't written in like Vulcan subtitles or something like that." And that's all the subtitles. That's all of the comments.
Can't believe it's not written in Klingon.
I couldn't think of which Star Trek language had a full language.
Klingon.
Okay, Ryan had a question.
Oh, I had a question?
I think so.
Yeah, Ryan, tell us
your question.
I was just talking about earlier how I don't feel guilty about pirating something that isn't available in my area. Like, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie wasn't playing anywhere in my area at that time. So the fact that I could watch it was a blessing.
It was a blessing from God. God uploaded it to
YouTube user, whatever his name was.
See, I really had no excuse. This is near me that we're showing the My Hero Academia movie, but it was like $13 a ticket. And I was like, I'll do it eventually. And then just today, my savior came on YouTube. My savior that I don't like and don't approve of, but I still accept their content.
Ooh, you guys ready for a good breaking noise?
Ooh.
It's getting real quiet.
So quiet that his microphone shut off.
Did it?
No.
Yeah, for a second.
It's me.
You ready for a good break noise?
Explosion.
Car crash.
Oh, fuck!
By breaking, you meant breaking bones, yes?
Breaking noise.
Please drive safe.
Yeah, this is a PSA from the Ganglers podcast. Drive safe.
Thank you, Mooftop.
You moved
it. I was telling everybody before the podcast, I was once calling someone driving, and a deer started running directly at me in the left lane. And so they just heard me talking, and then I said, "Oh, fuck!" And
didn't you already say this story like 2 seconds ago?
No. The podcast.
He's telling it for the podcast viewers.
Oh.
For our listeners.
My apologies.
Garrett, your disconsideration for the podcast viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Please risk you a point. Not lost you one.
No! Why?
Put that in the notes section.
I'm just gonna put ooh.
Oh. Guys?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh no.
No, we can hear you.
I can't hear anybody.
You can't hear us?
That's okay. Good luck with the rest of the podcast.
I get back.
Okay.
It's all good.
Oh, it's back. I'm back.
Oh, hello.
Wait, did I disappear from your guys' chat?
No, we
heard every word.
I couldn't hear you.
Well, welcome back. We're happy to have you.
Okay, thanks.
It was getting lonely without you.
Hey, 3's a lonely.
You said it.
3's
so, what have y'all been up to?
Well, as previously mentioned, I'm on spring break.
Yes.
And so I've just kind of been chillaxing. I started getting into the Kingdom Hearts series, which I had only played 3 before. There's like 10 games that come before it.
That's an
so I just now started playing 1, and I'm still more confused than I am, despite that I started playing with the last game franchise. By playing the first one, I am more confused and have more questions than I did before.
No, they will all be answered in parts 2 through 2.9.
Garrett, which one is the next one on your list? Because I would recommend 365 over 2 days.
Well, see, I got the remastered version that came for Xbox because I don't really own any modern PlayStations.
The collection?
Yeah, the 1.5, 2.5. And, like, 2 of them are movies because they're originally, like, something like that.
Yeah, there's, like, a DS game and a Game Boy game.
Yeah. But I know the next one I play is the one that has, like, card-based combat.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
I want to say it's Dream Drop Distance, but I don't think it's Dream Drop.
Chain
of Memory?
Actually.
Which one is Mickey Mouse God in? Is that all of them?
I mean, Mickey Mouse is God in the mortal realm. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no. We're sorry. We weren't talking... Oh. Sorry.
My bad. Gosh.
Oh.
All right, now do your Donald Duck. Matthew?
I'm going to need Matthew crashing his car for this one.
Matthew?
Well, it seems he's...
We've lost Matthew and his car.
It's okay.
Again. He's off the radar.
He's gone rogue.
Gone sexual.
Gone wrong.
On the beach.
My neighbor's my dog?
Frank.
Well.
But yeah, the Kingdom Hearts...
go ahead. I was
just going to say, the Kingdom Hearts plotline is bad.
Oh, believe me, I've watched 2 1-hour-long videos on them. I'm, like, starting to get it.
It's better if you just don't think about it. You just play. Only consume. Oh!
Yeah, and he is officially
Matthew
done.
has left the chat, but...
We're sure he might be back later, but who knows?
3-man
podcast.
podcast.
Live on.
On to... based on that question, Gort Fort's been playing some good old...
Oh,
he's back.
Welcome back, Matthew.
Oh, goodbye, Matthew. Welcome back, Matthew. Hello.
Hello. Turns out when you're driving through the hills of Appalachia, the internet connection stops happening a lot.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just gonna shut up if I get disconnected.
All right, you're an Appalachian traveler.
All right, Ben. Continue your question.
I can already continue Ben's question for what kind of soup is your favorite? No, he was just gonna ask me what I was doing.
No, what kind of soup is your favorite? Now I'm curious.
All right.
I like an Italian wedding soup.
Ooh.
You good?
That was Mario hurt sound.
Is that what happens when you get a good crock of soup?
When I imagine being Italian. I like a good chili. Does that count as a soup?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like a chili, you know?
All right.
Put a bunch of beans in it. Have yourself a day.
It's a whole day.
Wendy's chili.
You guys don't have chili day? Where it's like you lock yourself in a room. You just consume a whole pot of chili.
Chili day.
Matthew, that's an actual thing down here in Cincinnati.
I love it.
Chili day is like an actual thing.
Come on down to chili day.
Strap yourself in. It's
Happy chili.
Skyline, but it's got seatbelt buckles, and you just strap yourself in, and you eat a whole pot of chili.
Skyline chili experience.
You must use a knife as your utensil.
Oh man.
A knife and a straw. You have those 2 options.
And you must use both at the same time.
I don't know how you're getting through that without oyster crackers, but why would anybody watch this podcast? Anyways,
people are watching. Wait, what's Garrett's favorite soup?
I was gonna say that I don't really have a favorite soup because I don't soup often, but then you said chili's a soup, and so therefore it's chili.
There you go.
Good choice.
Would you like to join me on the next chili day?
Bro, I'm down for chili day.
We'll sit back to back and just eat a bowl of chili.
We can record it, start a new series called Gangler Vlogs. Gangler Vlog number 1, chili day.
If anyone ever knows that any of our faces...
Yeah, we can't let that be known. Also, don't look
like
at any of Matthew's old YouTube channels.
Oh, fuck. No.
I will not mention any of them here, but if you can find them...
you mean...
He got bleeped out. Wow.
Anyways, Mr. Sky Captain Maximilian Valentine.
Oh yeah, Ben, you wanted to ask a question.
What's your favorite type of soup?
Oh, I like a good onion and mushroom soup. A lot of good. But anyway, my actual question, Ryan, and what have you guys been up to?
My day's been an absolute mess, but right now I'm trying my best to work on a D&D dungeon.
Ooh, man.
A D&D dungeon?
I'm surprised we've gone this long on the podcast without talking about D&D.
Well, welcome. This is.
I realize now the first D stands for dungeon, so I said Dungeons and Dungeon. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Dungeons and Danglers.
Ooh! Ooh! Secondary podcast.
Yeah, I like it.
Or our own game. Our own tabletop RPG.
So many
growing as an empire.
I like it. But so Ryan, is it gonna be for some friends school, or are you planning to roll this baby out, or are you just having a fun time?
It's my school group. This is the final dungeon, pretty much.
That's big.
This campaign's been going on for
like 2 years.
Like a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's finally coming to an end.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Commitment, brother.
What level are they at now?
13, 14.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's
big.
That's pretty good.
It's big stuff. It's hard to balance.
So is every room in the dungeon is just filled to the gelatin mold, like the jellies that kill you? The cubes.
This dungeon is actually going to be really hard to plan because it's kind of making a dungeon but upside down.
Ooh.
So it go up?
No, they'll be going completely down. It's supposed to be like a castle upside down.
Oh, I see.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's going to prove a bit of a challenge for myself, making an interesting level where they're kind of just on the ceiling the whole time. But
what you got to do, just build a castle.
Genius.
Yeah.
Make castle, put under.
I like that. That's fun.
Thank you.
And are you gonna kill all of them? Is that the goal?
I mean, if I kill one of the players, one character has been here since the beginning. If he dies, he said that we're just not gonna play anymore.
What?
Oh, jeez.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah, a little bit. He's like, well, my character is like the only one that has a motivation to be on this quest.
What?
That's kind of
you know, a quest to save the world. Shouldn't everybody?
No one else cares.
Yeah, apparently not.
I'm a real human person, and I feel like I would have a motivation on it.
But yeah, it's going to be...
I hope it goes well. When is this coming to an end for our listeners? So they can send you thoughts and prayers.
Thank you, McKing.
McKing.
Mr. Turtle Yell, what have you been up to?
That's me.
Yeah.
I I didn't have I'm pretty much done all class stuff for this week. I'm going to for spring break.
Oh
yeah.
What you doing for spring break?
Oh.
To the beach.
The Appalachian Mountains have kidnapped Matthew.
I can hear them. That's the weird thing.
You can hear the mountains.
You hear the mountains?
That's
no, but I'm going to the beach, so I'm gonna, sit on the beach, eat some sand.
Oh,
it's gonna be a good time.
I hope you have a better time at Myrtle Beach than I did when I was 4.
What did a shark eat?
No. The one time I went to Myrtle Beach was when Hurricane Katrina happened.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Good luck.
And you just pushed over one lever. And the whole thing went.
I pushed back at the ocean and it got angry.
Bro, -1 Gangler podcast point.
Oh. Can I get it back?
That's fair. No, wait. Are we deducting from Ryan or the hurricane itself?
From the hurricane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ryan,
yeah.
You're fine. Ryan had no fault in Hurricane. Official is a bold statement, but Ryan did not cause Hurricane Katrina.
Ryan +1 point for surviving Hurricane Katrina.
Thank you.
There he is. This man, he's a survivor.
All I remember from that is a lot of rain and playing Pokemon Gold on a Game Boy Color.
Wait, not Go, was it?
Pokemon Gold.
Gold, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't have Pokemon Go. They didn't have smartphones.
I know.
Yeah, Matthew.
I thought that Ryan got the name wrong. I didn't hear the LD.
Sure. I mean, I was playing Pokemon on the go.
Oh, is that why they call it that?
On the Gold, as they call it.
Is that why they call it Pokemon Go? On the Go?
No, they call it Pokemon Go because it's Pokemon Go to the polls.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You can take away my Gangler's podcast point now.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll put you in the ooh section. Ooh.
What?
You know how Ryan put me in the ooh section earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're calling being risky. Is a ooh.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's good. It's like a yellow card in soccer. You get another one, and they untie your shoelaces, and then you have to play soccer with untied shoes.
And they poke your eyes out, and you have to play blind.
Strangely enough,
and then
there are still people with no eye on the major league team.
And the entire audience points and laughs at you and says, "Look at the."
Man, the soccer audience really able.
If you donate $1 to soccer players, you can get their eyes back.
These poor blind soccer players need your help. That's what I get Red Cross emails every day about the poor blind soccer players. Oh.
It's okay, Matthew. The Red Cross can't hurt you.
Actually, I'm pretty sure they can.
Every time I go.
I take back what I said.
They stab me with needles and take my precious blood.
Speaking of Red Cross, what is everybody's records?
Like in blood donation?
Yeah. Like, what's your fastest time?
I once gave blood after forgetting to eat breakfast and passed out on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I stood up and was like, no, and I laid down on the ground and fell asleep.
That's pretty good.
Is this just you trying to segue into how you have high iron in your blood and that's a great thing?
God damn it, right it is. I have the greatest blood, and I get calls every day from Red Cross, clamoring for me to come back.
I mean, it must be pretty tasty.
I mean,
I don't want to brag, but I think I could make a vampire very happy.
So, to any vampires watching the Ganglers podcast at 3 a.m.,
yes, we can arrange something. Like
Ben Jones lives at.
Dude,
This
a rich
address has been removed by the Ganglers Association.
That might be the fakest thing I've ever heard.
The higher ups.
Yeah, our manager.
Our
Gangler Association of Youth.
Artistic manager. There are actually like 65 people behind the scenes here.
They don't let us leave our homes. They say, record podcast, funny man.
I actually am. I have a staff of writers. None of this is improvised on my end.
This is actually a pre-recorded podcast.
Isn't every podcast a pre-recorded?
Well, no. An AI assembles all of our phrases into one podcast to make the perfect podcast. Like, you can't prove that you're not in an AI-generated podcast.
I bet I can't.
Prove it.
1 sec.
It's gonna crash.
1 second.
How about that? AI can't crash my car for me now. Ha! Can it?
Are you not holding the wheel? What are you?
No, I've been using both my hands to hold my studio microphone.
No, it's Matthew recording 2 podcasts at once. AI can't do that.
Gangler's After Show podcast.
Wait. The Gangler. It's the Gangler After Dark.
I like it.
Yeah. Where we talk about
the Ganglers After Dark.
Where we talk about stuff
and,
that, like, cool.
And everything that happens after dark. Like late night walk.
The stars.
We should probably get in the bathroom at night.
At night.
We should probably
night.
We should probably get to like our first advertisement of the podcast. It's been a while.
Oh,
take it away, Garrett.
Right.
Oh gosh, not me.
Garrett already did the intro. So
yeah, I did the intro. You can't make
it. It's appropriate if I take the first ad read.
All right, but we need that transition music.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. Well, that wasn't you. That was your car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
Give it about.
Oh wow, a duet from Matthew and his car. Go ahead, Ryan.
Have you ever went to space? No? Well, now you can! Thank you to Space Cruises for sponsoring the podcast. Here at Space Cruises, you can tour many wonderful locations, such as the moons of Uranus, Kuiper Belt.
That's the butt planet. Haha.
And you can explore Alpha Centauri B. Alpha Centauri A not included. Only at Space Tours.
Space Tours. It was Space Cruises, wasn't it?
Wait.
Sponsored by Space Cruises. Thank you, Space Cruises, for sponsoring the podcast.
We're sorry we got your name wrong.
No. Space Tours is just the program that they have.
Yeah, Space Cruises, Space Tours.
Exactly.
Space Cruises, Space Tour.
Yeah,
correct.
Didn't you read up on the sponsor?
Come on.
I'm sorry, but it got really.
What, you think we just make these up on the fly?
They sent me the read or whatever it's called, but it was soggy.
Soggy.
Because it had been to space, where everything's wet.
It's all water in space.
That's why you don't take off your helmet.
Drown.
I'm so thankful for Space Tours, actually, from Space Cruises, because they actually have me around Alpha Centauri B right now.
Whoa!
If you want proof, hold on a sec. Let me move the microphone to a more advantageous position.
Advantageous.
Do you hear that?
$20. Yeah.
That's the rotation of Alpha Centauri.
That's a good
very
sound in
hot.
rotation.
Hell.
It's very hot. What about the water's too hot?
Boiling water.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Ryan, get your
the
head
outside
out
of the rocket's actually kind of steaming right now.
Oh no. You gotta cool out that. I'll bring an ice pack.
Wait. We're not in the Ganglers podcast building anymore. I'm at least in the Alpha Centauri rocket.
The Alpha Centauri center,
Yeah. How are you gonna get me the ice pack?
Next time I visit.
Oh, okay.
I have the next Space Cruises space tour.
Which is baloney, by the way, because I've always wanted to go on a Space Cruise space tour, but no.
You got bad blood with them because you said.
You know who doesn't have bad blood though? Me. I have.
Oh my God.
Every time I go in, they're clamoring to be the one to draw my blood.
Everyone just points their needle at you. It's like, give blood, give me your blood, give me your blood.
There's been blood spilled over who got to take my blood.
And seriously, somebody tripped.
Somebody's blood gets spilled, and you're like, I can handle this, and they all swoon.
Yeah, no, I am a Casanova to the Red Cross.
The doctor gives you a high five.
Yeah, no, I've made some lifelong friendships.
Plus one podcast point to Ben for having great blood.
Yeah. Well deserved. Thank you.
I approve.
This one time I was giving blood, I had iron levels out the charts, much like every time I go in.
This is the definition of humble brag.
No, it's not. This is just bragging, I'm pretty sure.
What's that? More about my time giving blood? Okay.
Yeah, you said you had a story and just stopped.
Well,
as Ben, at least the time steps are going to be easy for you this time. 32 minutes to 38 minutes.
Yeah. The blood of Ben. The blood of Ben. Speaking of the blood of Ben, I've been writing a screenplay called The Blood of Ben. Not actually writing it, but I've tossed the idea around. It's called The Blood of Ben. And it's about this guy that has incredible blood. It's based on a life story. Yeah. His name's Ben.
Now I can't tell if this is real or not.
And so, like, it's a classic story of a guy that's not good at much except that his blood is incredible, and everyone wants his blood. And then
skipping this can't be about Ben.
Dang it!
Skipping through the 7 hours of the rest of the screenplay, we get to the climax, and the climax is like about four people like just need blood transfusions stat, and for other reasons no one else can do it, and so Ben like hook me up, and like he gets hooked up to like his arms and his legs and does 4 blood transfusions at once. Ooh. And dies.
A noble sacrifice. Yep. Does he save the people?
Oh, of course.
Does he save the princess?
Oh yeah, one of them's the princess.
No.
The princess.
Ben.
Yes.
Is there a sequel
to The Blood of Ben?
Yes, where with all that Ben blood in those 4 people's bodies.
Yes, there is.
They all become Ben.
It's called The Body of Ben.
And it's just a funeral filmed, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, this isn't spoilers. This is just what I heard. Ben sacrifices himself so that everybody can have the body of Ben.
Ooh. I'm picking up some Jesus imagery here.
No. What are you talking about? Why are you making this about religion, man?
Yeah, come on, bro.
No, but like, Jesus.
What do you?
Where are you getting what this guy's saying?
You know, like.
Anyways,
Jesus from the Bible.
No, I don't know. I think you're reaching.
Yeah.
I said sorry. I just had to merge, so I stopped listening.
You're okay. How's the traffic out there in the Appalachia?
It's pretty good.
Appalachia.
It's late enough at night that there's nobody around. So I can just like swerve back and forth and I'd be fine.
Hopefully not into a deer.
Hey.
Oh, fuck!
Wouldn't it be funny if that's how we ended the podcast? We just pretended like I died?
Or we all got in a car crash?
Because you're all in the car.
Because we're all in the car.
Yeah, that sounds like some great J Station content.
Oh no.
Just kidding. We don't need to shit on him. Everyone else has done a great job of that.
All of the other better commenters have already. Yeah. Boy. I have a proposition for all of you.
Okay.
In the event that one of us does die on the podcast, you just pretend like that doesn't happen and continue for another like 15 minutes.
We weekend at Bernie's. Do we try to disguise ourselves as you?
Yeah, is it
like,
gonna be?
Yeah,
like
you try to do the other voice.
Yeah.
No.
Is it gonna be like that one episode of the official podcast where they literally just use Charlie's voice clips for the entire episode?
That's what I was saying. We make a soundboard of all four of us, and we just keep using the same 20 voice clips for the entirety of the rest of the time on the.
What
you
would
know
be
how few
your
unique
go-to?
things I.
Go, Matthew.
Mine is. And you just play that over and over again.
Oh god.
Like, what would be your number one phrase that would have to be on your soundboard?
I guess it would be the classic, my wife!
Oh my god.
Wine!
Wine!
Mine would be...
spike this audio.
Oh gosh, what will I do with all of these cashews? I have too many cashews, and therefore I must spill them over the ground.
And we have to play we have to play that voice clip just every time.
That's the only sound clip I will ever record. So
it's like 2 lines, but worse.
I was thinking that, yeah. 1 line. And it's not. There's not even a free actor. It's just 4 individual 1 line.
Improv is like thriving right now, and I
heard they're in Columbus, aren't they? Like right now?
Yeah, they just had a show in Columbus, and it was really, really good.
That's like a bookstore or something.
And they're not even starting. They're like starting to have like one group that is for the high school we go to, and another group that is like just like a standard improv group that just happens to comprise of those students, so that they can get like students that have already graduated or like other people from other schools. They're just like they have like 2 separate groups now, and
like a hometown kind of group, like just
yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
But they're all really talented and funny, and they get good audiences. I just went to their show last weekend, and it was really, really good.
Nice.
Wow.
Man, it seems like it's just getting better and better. So it must be we must be the links, you know, like as soon as we're out.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My wife. Ah!
I literally said the high school we came from. What have you done?
I wasn't paying attention. I'm drawing my map.
Oh, good.
Hey, I can censor it. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it'll be
Wait,
that big.
can you put a voice clip of me saying my wife over top of the name of the school we went to?
Okay, hang on, but we need to get a clear thing, so everyone shut up and then just Matthew.
Okay. My wife.
Okay, good.
Right. Listen for that, listeners. About 20 seconds before this.
I mean, they'll.
If you caught the live viewing, you know what we actually said.
Right.
But
you're spying on one of us right now.
I mean, you guys are kind of like the ancestors that got it done, so you kept them around.
The ancestors. We kept the club going when nobody wanted to.
Including the people that were in charge of the club didn't want it to.
Yeah, that's definitely. At least like the year, it was a wild time.
Yeah.
But hey, that's high school.
Just a theory.
That's high school. You know, you gotta. It's a lot of. It's not always great, but you just gotta keep going for it, and maybe they'll do some good stuff sometime. You know.
Plus 1 point to Ben for being great at improv.
No!
All right, Garrett. You are now off watch, but you have lost a point.
Oh man,
that was the wrong way to deliver that news. I got good news for you until you're off watch. The bad news is you lost a point.
Fair enough.
Why do you lose a point?
We don't play around with points here.
But
this is the Ganglers podcast.
These points are serious.
The points matter.
They're sacred.
The rules are very strict, and the points matter a lot.
I'm glad you agree.
I mean, how else am I gonna get my shot of hydrogen peroxide, bro?
Oh, I forgot.
Very true.
Speaking of a lot, do you remember that when we play Die, every single time somebody gets out by saying a lot as one word, and
a lot of the time it was me.
A lot of the time it was Ryan. I was playing with my cast a few days ago, and very quickly someone said a lot. And I was like, oh, does me heart good. Die.
You dumb bubblegum, hee-haw.
Well, guys, I feel like this is a good point to transition, not to another ad, however, to a discussion topic.
Okay,
so I asked earlier, what's your favorite type of soup?
I think Ben asked that earlier.
Yeah, that was my question that you said for me.
All right, well, I'm kind of going off.
You know what, Ryan?
Ryan,
you're off watch. You're off watch. The bad news is you lost half a podcast point for taking Ben's question.
You lose half of a podcast point for not pronouncing podcast right.
I can't speak.
Podcast. Welcome to the Ganglers podcast.
Did I say half a podcast point?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll with that then.
Well, the question I was going to ask was, what do you guys think is going to be the next Smash DLC character?
Ooh, okay.
Better be Phoenix Wright, or I will march to Nintendo and cry on their windows.
Wait, Nintendo America or Nintendo Japan?
I have people that can do both.
I will march through the sea.
That'll be a lot of marching.
I'll be like those skeleton pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean and walk through the underwater.
Caribbean.
I think Caribbean. I wasn't sure whether to say Caribbean or Caribbean, and so I decided to choose neither.
Capybara.
Capybara.
Pirates of the Capybara.
I like it.
It's a bunch of capybaras that
My name is Jack
take movies
Squirrel.
off the internet.
Jack Squirrel.
It's a rodent pirate, and it could be pirates, like rats.
Ooh, yeah.
Pirates of the Capybara.
This sounds great. What is this animated
You're
movie?
Really onto something.
Hey. Oh, and instead of Elizabeth Swan, it's Elizabeth Mouse Swan.
Swan.
That is a stretch. But I like it.
Garrett, who do you think is the next DLC for Super Smash?
Who do I think is the next DLC? Honestly, Ben has kind of convinced me that Phoenix Wright is the way.
Let's go!
Seeing Ben's passion for it has made me inspired, and I think, especially since I kind of played him when he was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and so I really like Phoenix Wright. But honestly, no matter who comes out, I'm going to be excited for it.
I won't.
I'll be excited too.
Did I say excited wrong?
No, you said
it, but it's fine.
I'm just pissed.
I'm so excited I can't even say excited right.
Exactly.
I've just been pissed for the past however many years I've been alive.
Lifetime.
Because Phoenix Wright hasn't been in a Smash game yet.
It's kind of a crime.
I've been cheering for this, rioting even, since Brawl. It's been decades.
I can
Has it been decades?
Rioting.
When did Brawl come out?
Decades ago.
2008?
Yeah,
10?
2008.
Holy cow, man. That's a while ago. Oh, man. That's like... I'm pretty sure I played Brawl
more than a year ago.
Yeah, January 31st, 2008.
That's over a week.
That's crazy.
That's more than a month.
I'm pretty sure I didn't actually play Brawl, and I just watched the Subspace Emissary movies over and over again.
That's valid.
They were fun. I miss the adventure mode stuff. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what kind of disappointed me about World of Light is that I really wanted to watch like some cutscenes, and I understand that they weren't able to really like make cutscenes for the entire product, but I would have liked some more.
Like I'm not a big gamer, so gameplay is not particularly something I care about. I just like to watch movies, and that's what I wanted.
You just like to see Meta Knight and Marth from Fire Emblem get into a sword duel in the middle of a desert.
It's what he's been waiting for.
That was so cool.
And Owen Wilson from Disney Pixar's Cars 2.
I just watched Cars 2 yesterday.
How was it?
Surprisingly better than I remembered. Because like everyone likes to shit on Cars 2 because it's like bad, and I agree.
It's product placement.
Well, yeah.
What's the product? Owen Wilson?
No, it's just like a lot of scummy, hey, look, buy our toys.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one where Mater is a spy?
Yes.
Nice.
Larry the Cable Spy?
And that's why...
Larry the Cable Spy.
And that's why I don't like it, because I think it should focus more on Lightning McQueen and his story, and the fact that it focuses on Mater kind of makes me upset. It focuses on, hi, I'm Larry the Cable Guy, talking a funny accent, I'm dumb, dirt.
Can I do Larry the
Consume
Prilosec.
Prilosec.
Mater is actually, I would prefer a Prilosec ad with Mater where he's like, you got some dump in your truck? And that's it. He doesn't even say the word Prilosec.
That seems silly.
Consume!
Consume.
Yeah.
Speaking of Prilosec, we should go to our second ad read.
Do you want me to do it?
Not before I say my Smash character.
Oh yeah, I am so sorry.
And also Matthews.
I'm gonna take a podcast point away from myself for being
No, don't. You're good.
Don't lower yourself to my level. That's not fair.
I'm already at your level, Matthew.
No.
All right.
We haven't had an update in a while. Should
an update?
Ryan,
on the current podcast points, but say your character. Go.
All right. So realistically, who do I think it is? I think it's between a couple characters. There's like 3 that I can think of, or really 2, but like a third one that's in the back of my head. I can't.
There's one right answer.
Doom Guy.
Okay.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Oh, that would be fun.
And then there's a third one I can't think of, like Crash Bandicoot. I think that's what
I
it
was
is.
going to say Crash Bandicoot.
I would love Crash or Spyro. I would love Crash or Spyro.
All those 3, I think, would be great additions, and I think those are very likely. But my boy Phoenix Wright.
Let's go! He's gonna objection all up in there. He's gonna hold it all right in their face. And then he's gonna take that through their gut.
His moveset from UMVC3 would kind of translate well, honestly.
I like the recovery. I like
because it was already a goofy moveset in that game.
He had 3 different modes.
Right. He was the only character where you had to actually accomplish objectives in order to be a character.
I loved it.
What?
3 different modes.
Is it a different fighting game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
He had trial mode. Wait, no, excuse me. Investigation mode, trial mode, and then turnabout mode, which would just slap ass all over their face. And it was incredible.
That's actually all of his moves. He slaps his ass on people's faces.
I mean, he does sneeze on them.
Yeah, he sneezes a lot.
Wait, that's an attack?
It is.
That's
and it's
most
very
of his attacks.
Yeah, most of his combos start or rely on the sneeze.
That's biological warfare right there. All right.
Well,
can I do another ad?
Yeah,
Please.
I was about to say that. Go right ahead.
All right, we need that transition music.
Let me. Somebody else do the transition music.
Gosh, what's in my immediate vicinity?
I got something. Bum, 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 bum.
Have you? Can I have it again? That's different. Hello. Have you ever been lost in the woods? Would you like to no longer be? Would you like to no longer be lost in the woods?
No.
Then buy this flare gun. Shoot in the sky. Flare gun brought to you by Flare, a gun company.
Shoot it at the sky. Shoot it at your friends.
A gun company.
Shoot it at God to spite him.
It's not a real gun. You can't actually hurt people if you shoot them with a flare gun.
Flare, a gun company.
The flare gun.
Oh my god!
I'd like to thank Flare Gun for sponsoring this episode of the Ganglers podcast. As I'm driving, I'm actually holding a flare gun right now.
Ooh.
And there's a bad driver over there. And I just shot him with.
Wow. But Matthew, what's the gun made out of?
The gun is made out of high-grade titanium.
Wow.
And so when you shoot it, it gets really hot.
This gun is actually made out of 5 different guns to form this one gun.
I call it Guns from Gun.
Wow. That sounds pretty expensive. It must cost you what? $90?
You'd think, but it actually cost me $75.45.
Wow.
And that's actually exact change. If you don't have 45 cents on you,
they
will not sell you. They will rip all of your money in half and say, "Come back later."
Do they accept traveler's checks?
Of course they accept traveler's checks, Ryan. It's a gun company.
Aww. I'll never doubt a gun company ever again.
And can I do the last little bit of the little accent I was doing?
Go for it.
Flare, how about it?
A gun company.
A gun. All right.
The flare gun, flare gun. Available now.
Well done.
Okay, boys, I'm actually pretty close to my home, so in about maybe 4 or 5 minutes, I think I'll have to be done.
Okay, I'll see you there.
Oh no, Garrett's hiding in my bushes.
That's why I've been so startled with my speech, is because I'm hiding.
And every time a dog walks by, you're afraid they're gonna find you.
Well, we have to plan the last 10 minutes of the podcast without Matthew.
Oh no.
Or this could just be a short one.
I could chill in my car for a bit, actually.
That would work.
And not go in and see my wonderful, loving family, and instead just bullshit with some ganglers for about 15 more minutes.
They see you and they come outside and they're like, Matthew, what are you doing in the car? Mother, I'm gangling!
This is my job! I'm working. How much money are you guys making off the podcast?
The better question is, how much money is Howie making off the podcast?
Oh, gosh.
More than he should.
Howie Mandel is actually getting paid, as by the word at this point.
He's leading us in Gangler's podcast points.
Still.
Oh, no.
We gotta take him down somehow.
Well, we can't take him down if he's not here.
Oh, right.
Well,
should we bring him in?
Here for the
election,
the election,
which is only every 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Is that what we decided?
I thought we decided every 3 words, but
Oh, yeah.
We haven't really been keeping up on that.
And now time for Gangler election.
We'll do a cutaway.
The Gangler's podcast point update first.
All right.
We'll make it like the B-movie memes and it import it. It's the Gangler's podcast, but every 3 words they do an election update.
All right. So the current point total from highest to lowest, we have Howie Mandel in the lead with 5 Gangler's podcast points.
Jesus.
Tough to beat.
Ooh.
Followed by Ben with 4 Gangler's podcast points.
Wow.
Ooh.
Which is then followed by Ryan with 1.25 Gangler's podcast points.
One of which was for surviving Katrina.
Speaking of Katrina, next is Matthew's car with 1 Gangler podcast point. And after that is Hurricane Katrina with -1 podcast point.
Oh my goodness.
And tied for last place is me and Matthew with -1.5 podcast points. We are both below Hurricane Gangler's podcast
some
points.
have called me Matthew worse than Katrina Gangler.
And some people have called me Garrett.
Really?
Yeah.
They've called you that?
We're the Gangler brothers.
I'm not sure that's appropriate for the podcast, Garrett.
What do you mean?
That terrible thing.
Name. Give birth.
I think
it sounded like an insult, almost like give birth much.
You dumb idiot! You ever give birth?
You may have a successful advertising and TV and comedy career, but have you ever give birth, Howie?
You ever give birth?
Have you ever give birth?
Have you even give birth? I haven't give birth, but I have got
birth.
Like the got milk ad, but it's got birth.
Got birth.
It's for people who have been born before.
Instead of glass of milk, it's just an umbilical cord.
Just like detached, sitting by itself.
That might be the grossest thing ever.
You know what else is gross? Fucking milk.
Agreed.
That's true.
Ban milk.
You know, I think it's time that somebody stood up to Big Milk. And said, what the fuck, Milk? Why you gotta do me like this?
I'm glad Matthew speaks for the common man.
I'm a soy milk guy some of the time.
You should add that to your campaign speeches. We're gonna take down Big Milk.
I'm interested in that. You know what? For Matthew's rage against the milk, I'm going to award him 1 Gangler's podcast point.
Yes!
Well done, Matthew.
That was I am so appreciative. I'd like to thank God for getting me here.
That officially makes me the only person below Hurricane Katrina.
Yes, man. They call me Matthew. No longer worse than Katrina. Gangler.
If we just give Hurricane Katrina like 7 podcast points, it'll be above Howie.
Yeah, but then you got to give reasons why Hurricane Katrina was a good thing, and if you do that, we're going to lose following.
Oh
man,
gosh,
you're right.
Speaking of which, has anybody gotten any word of anyone having listened to the first episode of the podcast?
Yes,
I forced people to listen to it.
Oh my god! Why would you do that?
That sounds like the way that success.
I was on a long car ride, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to listen to my podcast?" And they're like, "Sure, why not?" And then they're like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, I could imagine.
How much of it did you listen to?
He's afraid to answer.
Most of it.
Most of it.
Oh my god.
Most of it.
Mostly the highlights.
There were highlights?
Yeah, Ben posted timestamps.
Yeah, Ben did a hero's work.
It took me almost an hour.
I mean, you had to listen to it for that long.
Well, the podcast is over an hour, so.
Yeah.
So.
Matthew? Oh no, we lost him again.
Well, he did say he was going to leave about now, so.
Well, he must have gotten home and connected to the Wi-Fi, and that's why he's trying to reconnect.
Oh.
That's right. I'm a math.
Hi, math. I'm dad.
Cool math.
Cool math dad. But no, they it seemed like they liked it, but I can't tell if they were just trying to save face or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
It was Dono Boy.
Oh.
Maybe listen to most of it. Shout out to Dono Boy.
Yeah. Wow, this is our first official shout out on the podcast. Hats off to you, Dono Boy.
To an actual creator on the internet.
This is true. Please give us a shout out on
you.
Hey, I don't think we're allowed to say his actual name, though.
Well, it's a good thing we said Dono Boy.
Exactly.
Hello,
welcome back.
Did you arrive home? Was my hunch correct?
I think I parked and my car shut off, and so it turned my phone off.
Oh, I see.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure how that works, but okay.
Close enough. Give me podcast points.
All of Matthew's devices are connected to his car. If the car isn't on, nothing works.
It's like
That's
that one
why
movie.
It has a Gangler's podcast point.
Yep, it's a real trooper.
It actually powers my podcasting ability.
You know, shout out to Matthew's car. That's another podcast point for him. Let's go ahead and give him
Good job. Good job.
One's not enough to describe how much his car does.
Can you tell that I'm no longer running the engine?
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry to all who had to listen to my car's engine really loud the whole time.
I mean, we could barely hear it. I don't think.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
Okay, that's good.
It was more like there was more background noise than now.
And a lot of Appalachia cutting you out.
Mountain Mama.
Ugh.
Take me home.
How are we doing on time, by the way?
We are at 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 17 seconds.
All right, so about 6 minutes left.
Keep them the same length.
Oh, I understand your joke, Garrett. That's funny.
That's what we're doing. I thought.
Wait, is that the bit?
That's what we did last time.
As a bit?
Matthew, for not getting the joke.
No!
You gain a Gangler's podcast.
Yes!
The point system is in shambles.
I agree. Good, hardworking Ganglers like myself are at the bottom, where money-hungry people like Howie Mandel feast at the top. This is the Gangle revolution, my boys.
You know, actually, I will say something. Howie came to me. He gave me an email. Physically, like he printed it out like a heathen.
He came to me. He gave me an email.
So he printed out an email and handed it to me. I don't know why he didn't just write me a letter or something. But he said, that he wouldn't be able to come on the Gangler's podcast this episode.
Darn.
Oh no.
And this was like 5 minutes before we started. So
Is that why this one's been kind of like, Howie light?
Yeah.
At least he was nice enough to find you and hand you an email.
Yeah, and for that, I'm going to subtract 2 podcast points from him.
Wait, who's winning now?
Like,
Benjamin
Howie,
Jones
seriously,
is.
send me an email like a regular person.
Howie doesn't have
Mandel's
an
been done dirty.
Oh my goodness! I'm calling for a recount of the points.
The judges will be busy this week.
Do you want to recount? Do you want those points that were just subtracted to be put into, should we give them or should we not take them?
Yeah, I want them to be put into contention.
Okay, so in that case, I'll put Howie Mandel 3 (5 question mark.
You know what? My contention is that he deserves 2 more points for his courtesy.
I disagree.
All right, so in that
He
case,
needs
I'll
to
put.
communicate like a regular human being.
It sounds like we need to have a bit of a debate at some point.
Oh
Is
boy.
Well,
Isn't
2
that
episodes
what the
from now.
politics are for?
Oh,
We'll have the great debate episode.
it'll be the great.
I'll prepare 1 question.
I'm really glad that somebody knows that killed on that one. That really made me feel good. Okay, I'm gonna go inside my house, so y'all finish up without me.
Well, I think this is a good spot to wrap it up then.
Alrighty.
Don't we have to get to a few more?
We can wrap up in 4 minutes or so.
2.5.
Do an ad read
2.5
or something.
minutes. Oh yeah, we have to do our 3rd ad read. Quickly. Okay, I'll do the music. Here we go. D.
Oh, with such interesting music, what could the ad read be?
I think it's Ben.
Yeah, Ben, you're reading. Go.
Have you ever wanted to play a really good game? It was too ignorant to.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you
My
about
ignorance holds me back every day.
a game called Sly Cooper.
Good game.
I like it.
A grand total of about 50 people have played it in the past 80 years. And studies have shown those 50 people are probably still alive. and with that research, everyone that has played Sly Cooper has a better rate of living than people that haven't.
Sly Cooper has an 100% mortality rate.
Immortality rate at this point.
If you play Sly Cooper, you're immortal.
Sly Cooper is recommended by 4 out of 5 doctors.
The 5th doctor likes Ratchet and Clank.
and is now dead. Unrelated stabbing.
All right.
Play Sly Cooper.
I played Sly Cooper at a barber shop when I was a child, where I sat in a little airplane so that I wouldn't cry.
You didn't get the whole story.
No, I didn't. I couldn't
went to
even
the
figure out how to
same barber shop as a kid, Matthew. That's crazy.
I didn't
You
know where
couldn't figure out how to jump?
No,
They scream, jump, and press the circle button every other sentence.
PlayStation's hard.
Beat the tutorial.
PlayStation games were hard for me as a kid. I'm not a gamer.
At least he's consistent. Guys, we have 20 seconds left. Any last things you want to say?
We'd like to thank our sponsors. What was the first sponsor?
Sherry's Berries.
Space Tours.
We'd like to thank
Space Cruises, Space Tours. We'd like to thank
Flare by Gun.
Flare by Gun, and we'd like to thank Sly Cooper.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Have a lovely evening.
Goodbye.